All right, Shalom. We the brothers of Great Millstone Church here in Birmingham, Alabama. And before we begin, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Rawchaa Qadash. Double honors to our teachers, the apostles, and elders of Great Millstone. Yeah, through the spirit and power of Yahawashi, the Lord has allowed me and the officer brother Barak to get together on another lesson, man. And the title of this lesson is The Patience and Faith of the Saints. Because we're patiently waiting for that get back, man. And our power, our Lord, is a just power, man. He's a balanced power, matter of fact. What is that? Proverbs chapter 11, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be just, for the ones who brought hell upon the children of Israel. Guess what? They're gonna get that back. This is Proverbs chapter 11 and verse 1. A false balance is abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. So yeah, that payback that the Lord is gonna render is gonna be, just, you know. It's gonna be the delight of the Lord to put hell on the very ones who put it on us. And I know the elder brother Aram had made a statement a while back. The same kings, that persecuted us all the way back to the time of the Egyptians, we're gonna have those same ones in slavery, man. And that's part of that balance, because Lord willing, we're gonna be the next rulers, you know, and that king taking down another king, you know, or we're gonna have you in slavery, man. I got one real quick
Con.
because this is what our Lord was promised, right? Psalms chapter 2, and I'm gonna jump right in. And yeah, verse 7. I will declare the decree. The Lord have said unto me, Thou art my son. This day have I begotten thee. And this is our King David prophesying in the spirit. All right. Speaking on Yahawashi. It says, Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance,
Mm.
and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. So it's a decree, all right, from Yahawashi, that Yahawashi is going to get the inheritance of the earth, right? Which includes the people, the heathen, man. All right.
If I may, so
Sorry,
like
you got it.
Con, and that shows that was the desire.
Mm-hmm.
It's just as it reads, ask of me,
Hmm.
see,
That's
and I
it.
shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance. So that's what it is. That was the desire. That just going back to the title of the lesson, the patience and the faith of the saints.
Mm.
Because really this is how Yahweh Shai is gonna restore us fully, you know, from being a slave
Mm-hmm.
to being a ruler. That's what else? That's just going but to that balance. From the You ain't going from a slave to now you in the middle class from by the way of a good job. No, this is how Yahweh Shai punished us. We was made to be kings and to rule, and we have transgressed against Yahweh Shai. So the way the Lord punished a prince, a king, is by putting them in slavery, man.
Mm.
So this is how the restoration is going to be perfected. You got it, though.
I got something real quick for you.
Con.
Um, just going back on, those kings being in put in bondage. That's how the Lord, really got us. But he's turning that around. This
Mhm.
is Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 7. I have seen servants upon horses. Matter of fact, uh, I'm gonna start at verse 5. It
Uh,
says, "There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, and an error which proceedeth from the ruler." Uh, uh, King Solomon, which is Yahawashi, he prophesied again in the spirit.
mm,
Uh, this evil up under the sun and the error that proceeds from the rule. Why? Because things are out of course. It's not in this natural order.
mm.
It says,
And
"Folly."
that's by the way, and
To,
like it, that's by the way of Esau, the
hmm
so-called white man. This is his season, and this everything is, as you mentioned, turned upside down, man. By this man and his influence throughout the earth. That's why this transition have to take place.
hmm
So one that is profitable
hmm
can,
That's
what you
it.
got it on.
That's right. One day the problem was that Yahawashi.
Yeah, that's it.
It says, "Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place." Yeah, as a brother mentioned, this folly is at its height because of who's in power. Esau Edom, the so-called white man. It says, "I have seen servants upon horses," Esau in the power seat, "and princes walking as servants upon the earth," as the brothers mentioned. No, those kings, man. Right? Your princes eventually become kings,
Mhm.
right? Or those kings that have been put down in this lower state. That the Lord is gonna return that thing back right side up. I'm gonna go back to that Psalms 2.
Huh.
Psalms 2 and 8. "Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron, thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel." Right. And that's the reward, man. You
Uh-huh.
know? Oh, that thumbnail, you know. Jake in glee and happiness. That was the height of joy. He had the memory, just speaking through the spirit of what that Edomite had did to him, you know, and he was beating the shit out of his ass, man. But those things are the same things that our Lord Yahawashi asked of. He asked for it, man. You know, and you give your son an inheritance, man, right? And that inheritance is gonna be the earth, all right, and the people, mainly
Mhm.
Esau Edom, the so-called white man.
That's
You
it.
got anything?
Matter of fact, you can get that Isaiah 14,
Okay.
because that's what it is. And as well as Revelation, the second chapter talks about that he that overcometh.
Mm,
Cause hey, that's the being joint heirs with Yahawashi.
let's see.
We're gonna have the people, the Moabites is gonna be a possession. You trade Moabites and shit. That's gonna be a commodity because they're gonna be in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
But that's justice though, because guess what? They have done it to us. All these nations, but chiefly Esau. He's gonna get it the most, but these other nations as well.
Mm. I got some real quick to back you up.
Con,
Um, what is that? First Maccabees. Let me see. I think it's First Maccabees 2. Let me see. Maybe Second Maccabees, where it said, "What nation have not gotten her spoils?"
yeah, con. Uh,
uh, Let me see real quick. Salakia.
you got it. You good.
Okay.
But that's justice though. Um, these devils as well as these other nations have have profited off of us. Talks about how even the dogs came and licked our sores, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
everybody have profited off of us, man. So that's gonna be justice there. We're gonna profit off you, you know. You know, to have you in bondage, to have you oppressed, and you hope that you able to, cause that's the spirit J can. You hope that you we just been reduced to hope on all levels.
Mm,
From you getting to the house till your lights don't cut off,
mm.
all that shit. So that spirit gonna be placed upon you, man. You got it out.
Con. I'm gonna start at verse 9. This is First Maccabees chapter 2 and verse 9. Her glorious vessels are carried away into captivity. Her infants are slain in the street. Her young men with the sword of the enemy. And that's played out, over and over and over again throughout history, right? It says, what nation have not had a part in her kingdom
Hmm.
and gotten of her spoil? So as the brother mentioned, all these nations, man, you know, they have played a part in our downfall. Oh, the brother mentioned it. The dogs licking our wounds,
Mhm.
you know. But that, yeah, that couldn't. That was it.
Matter of fact, get on Jeremiah 30, I believe.
Kind,
And I think that's 16, I believe, something like that.
kind.
But it's still gonna be you Edomites first, man. But you Hamites, you Ishmaelites, you Moabites, you Moabites gonna get it too, man.
Mm-hmm.
Especially I know I'm gonna have tell you, man, these proud fucking gooks
Kind.
hate them motherfuckers, man. And they
They.
look at you like you, and to tell you the world so turned upside down, as you mentioned,
Mm,
you know, they got gooks in this world, the stigma toward them is being, smart, they good at math. You might you imagine a gook, you might think of him in a lab coat or some shit, man.
mm-hmm.
And they fucking, you read the story on them, they pretty much is they got mongoloidism, man. That's why they
Kind.
look like that.
Down syndrome.
Yeah, man. But some out there that look like that, but they're Israelites.
Mm-hmm.
But you gooks, man, the Moabites, the Ammonites, yeah, I mean,
Hmm.
fuck them, man. They
Kind.
gonna get it. Cause they kind of selling you side you know, cat and dog, and the evidence have got even more abundance. The past few years of seeing these gooks and their restaurants behind the scenes. And I ain't got to go into it. We already know the stigma between behind it, and it's being made to be true, man.
Mm-hmm.
I seen it for myself.
Mm.
But you got to know out.
Kind. This is Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 16. Therefore, all that devour thee shall be devoured.
See, all they that devour these shall be devoured. And as you just read, who have not had a part of, like that question, everybody had a piece of Israel, man. That's
Mm-hmm.
why they was prospering.
Mm,
If we ain't ruling, it had to be somebody else that capitalized on our downfall. You know,
mm-hmm.
so they devoured us, meaning uh they was getting nutrients from our destruction. When you devour apple or anything, is okay. And nowadays it's for the taste,
Mm,
especially for these people, these Americans, Babylonians. But you're getting the nutrients. That's that
mm-hmm.
fuel for your body.
Mm,
So they was able to capitalize off our downfall. So guess what? We're gonna devour you. That's why it talks about we're gonna suck the breast of kings.
mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
because them resources gonna come to us. You ain't gonna just go to them lands just to go back to the same bullshit. You're gonna cultivate the land and you're gonna give us that shit, man. You're gonna pay your percentage.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
They go slacking.
yeah, you got it.
They're gonna be tributaries.
That's it.
And if you don't come with what we asked for, it's gonna be hell put on you.
That's it. That's right. Yeah, as a penalty, famine will come. It
Mm-hmm.
ain't like we're going to throw sanctions. No, it's going to be a famine.
Woo.
The rain is going to be withdrawn from you.
Mm.
It ain't like you're going to be able to go into a lab. No, that's going to be taken away in
Mm-hmm.
this world. But you got it all out.
Con. It says, therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them,
Mm.
shall go into captivity.
See, every one of them. And it says adversary because guess what? Who's the top area? The what it is? The what they
Uh,
call
contrary.
the country, but
Mm,
Esau. He's
yeah, mm.
the evil twin. But damn, I'm trying to think of the word.
Oh, the evil twin brother.
Yeah, but he's
Or I know it's a
top,
certain
the
word.
top opponent, top adversary, the
Con.
arch enemy.
There
Salaki,
it is.
Tamak. Call out
Call
Yahawah.
out what's up, sir.
Yeah, he's the arch enemy, man. So it begins with that nigga.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I doctrine surrounds about prophesying against Mount Seir.
Mm.
You got it all.
Con. It says, every one of them shall go into captivity,
Mm-hmm.
and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil,
Mm-hmm.
and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey.
See, and that's what's gonna take place. The role is gonna be reversed. Now we're gonna have you on lock. You're gonna be at our disposal. You know, we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
court jesters and shit is gonna come back in
Mm-hmm.
style. I know I'm gonna have some court just gonna be more bites and shit. Laugh at them.
Cause
You know, that's gonna be entertainment. Is gonna. It's not gonna be like you watching the game on TV. That's the height of entertainment. Nah, we're gonna have more bites and shit doing tricks and Edomites getting gored by some animal. You know what I mean?
cause
You know, that form of entertainment is gonna come in fashion, man.
mm-hmm. I thought
What you
about to like that Outcast song where they give the announcement, bring in the royal food.
yeah. Yeah.
That's how it's gonna be, man. And
Yeah.
again, that's justice. You did it to us, you know, and we have to make the statement. We don't know half of the things that they have done. That's why the Lord said double.
That's it.
Go back to that Isaiah.
God.
This is Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land.
And we seeing that
Hmm.
the mercy of Yahawah Shema Shai being it's happening now by the way of have receiving this truth. You know, the Lord set up, you know, apostles and elders and on down to bring forth this word and ultimately us being able to receive it, to fashion in such a way to understand, man. You know, it said it was settlement on language. That process is happening now as well because we're going back to our ways. We're not just throwing on fringes.
Hmm.
Now the fringes is in the mind. You know, uh, outlook
Exactly.
change, your diet,
Hmm.
even how you way you talk. You know, in a sense,
Mm-hmm.
you know, your lingo.
Hmm.
That's been we going back to our own land.
Mm-hmm.
This is that process, but it's gonna be perfecting with our Lord Yahawashi. He's gonna come and deliver us and do that in a physical sense. But this is spiritually taking place now. You got it out.
It says, and the strangers shall be joined with them,
Mm-hmm.
and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
And that's who it. That's us, man. We was
Mm-hmm.
those strangers. This is that. As the elder mentioned, the returning exiles. That spirit, you know,
Mm.
because hey, we here, man. We were those returning exiles coming back, not to you know to build the temple is being rebuilt now.
Mm-hmm.
We in that rebuilding stage, you know, which is coming towards its peak now.
Mm.
Everything is, you know, set up. The sea hip is about to come. Like, what
Mm.
else, man? You know, it's just World War III is just waiting. it's like, you know, the Lord said, well, you got to consider that World War III is a possibility now. But when that sea hill come, that's when, and what I talks about after the tribulation, that's when the sun is going to be dark.
Mm-hmm.
But everything is right on schedule. What you saying, the gathering taking place, man. This shows that this is that process when you read Second Thessalonians, the second chapter before that great day, the return of our Lord Yahawashi. It talks about that falling away is going to come first, and that man of sin being revealed.
Mm.
So now we're in that restoration part, and we calling out Esau. Come on now. So what else next, man? You know, you got it out.
That's it. That's beautiful, man. And for us who have the eyesight to see that, that's our patience. That's our faith.
That's it.
Verse 2, it says, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
See, and guess what? That them is concerning you other nations, man.
Mm-hmm.
Especially you Edomites. Matter of fact, what that word go to that word place. Let's see what that word place say.
Okay.
Because as we just read, brother read, the officer Dawud read in Ecclesiastes the 10th chapter, talks about how service is on horses,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Hmm.
So you're gonna be brought to that place, man. You got it out.
That word place, standing place,
Mm-hmm.
place, standing place, station.
Your station. This
That's it.
is what you was allotted to.
Mm.
This is your ticket. You got
It says post, office.
it. See, it was prophesied for him to be a servant.
Mm-hmm.
The elder shall serve the younger.
Mm.
That's talking about Cain, ad, man.
Okay.
Hey, Cain was the firstborn as well.
Mm-hmm. It says
Yeah, that's it. You got it out.
like place, place of human abode.
Yeah, because he really is going to be in the house of the poor.
Mm-hmm.
No, our Lord Yahawashi said the poor will always be among you. That's a spirit, because you gotta have that. You gotta have rich and poor on earth. You gotta have up and down. That's a balance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you get chiefs and Indians. That's saying too many chiefs, not enough Indians. Like, you know, that's
Mm-hmm.
saying, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So it's a balance. So that spirit is on us right now. We're the poor. We don't have no strength.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but ultimately that process is happening now, by the way of his wisdom being taken away
Mm-hmm.
and ours increasing. That's the
Hmm.
beginning stages of that's a secret ingredient to rulership. When you
Mm.
read what it is, Ecclesiastes, the sixth
Mm.
chapter,
Yep, that's it.
wisdom bringeth to a kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
Yep.
gonna, yeah, what you wanna say out? You got
Oh,
it.
just going back on your point, everybody can't be in the top 1%, even in this kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be certain offices, certain stations, you know, and their abode is gonna be as a servant. But that was it on that.
Come. Yep, that's it.
Hmm.
That's gonna be their address.
That's
A slave.
it.
You got it out.
Let me see if some in the Strong's. Slacky. It says a standing, i.e., a spot.
It's his spot
Mm,
to be in chains.
that's it.
Hey, like justice, man. Like you did it to us. Like that's the only compensation. That's the only form of compensation.
Mm-hmm.
I for I two for two. That's the only. You know, fuck. Give me $100 million. Like
Con.
that ain't shit. You know, you got Joy. It's still Joy washing the face on it.
Yep.
You said the LGBTQ is still around, and
Mm.
man, hell no, just give me you.
Okay.
That's
Some
what's gonna make right. You got it. I slot.
like it. The real reparations.
That's it. That's how we're gonna be repaired. Cause guess what? You're gonna build the land of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna give you the directions to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna pull them gold streets. We're gonna just tell we're gonna tell you to do it.
That's it.
You're gonna build, you know, our domains,
Mm-hmm.
these palaces. Shit, we did it for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we're gonna be repaired. That's how we're gonna be compensated.
Mm.
You got it out. And
Con.
it's gonna be you bankers, like it's gonna be
Ooh.
some old motherfuckers that's
Ah.
getting down, man. Somehow, some way, after all them ass whoopings, they getting up and doing it, man.
Mm-hmm.
You got it a lot.
It
Salaki.
said, "Are you good?" That's right. That's who it's gonna be, man. You know, the upper echelon, they're kings. It says of a condition of body or mind. So that's what's gonna be your condition, man. You know, in the kingdom of heaven, you're gonna be slaves. That's gonna be your place, your abode, your station, your post, your office.
Hey, what's
Uh,
that in Deuteronomy 28 chapter? Because it said the condition of body or mind.
mm,
That hey, that's it said
ooh,
they we ain't gonna know how to come out or come in.
yeah,
Like the spirit of anxiety, all
mm-hmm,
that's already being transferred upon these heads of Edom. When
mm-hmm,
you read Wisdom Solomon the second chapter, but as a whole nation, when everything is transferred, that spirit is gonna be upon them
mm,
as a whole.
mm,
You know that they waiting on the Sabbath, just like
mm-hmm,
when you wait on the weekend to get it. You got 2 days to be off from work if you got that.
yeah,
Yeah, and they're gonna be waiting on the Sabbath and shit.
mm.
And
Salaki.
yeah, you got out a
That's
lot.
heavy that you mentioned that because of the curses, man. You
Yes,
know, it say also that we will wish that it was morning, and then we will
yes.
wish that it was night. You know,
Come
we
on,
we
man.
we wishing for the time to pass through, man. And that's gonna be placed on you, going back to that condition of the mind and body, man.
Yeah.
You gonna wish that the Sabbath come in the next day, and it just went out.
Yeah, you wishing. That's what we like you said, that's what we reduced to. Just hope we just get to,
Cause,
you know what I mean?
yep.
It's step by step. You ain't got a 5 year plan. You can't have no 5 year plan. Fucked up, man. Fuck,
Cause,
you know what I mean?
hmm,
Fuck. But this
yeah,
devil, he gonna have that spirit on him.
mm-hmm,
They're like he got that spirit of the year 2100. That shit's gonna be subtly snatched from under him, man.
mm-hmm.
Reality's gonna set in. That's why the spirit said their hope ultimately is gonna be the giving up of a ghost. That's gonna be the only thing gonna be reduced to, man.
Hmm. Mm.
But you got it a
Cause
lot.
this is Isaiah 14:2, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids,
Hmm.
and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
That's just, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a lot.
No, you got it.
Nah, that's it. You got it out.
I
Man, that's
yeah.
justice, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's real justice. That's real payback, man. As the brother mentioned earlier, we don't want your fucking money. You know, that's gonna be a snare to those people who get reparations anyway, because then you're gonna have to take the C help to continue in this fucking system.
Hmm.
So we don't want that shit, man. We want you. And the Lord said we're gonna have you. Matter of fact, I remember you had a call for that Revelations, right?
Oh, kind.
Uh Revelations chapter 2 and
I think it's 26.
the water. Revelations 2 and 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works to the unto the end, To him will I give power over the nations. That power, man. That's
See,
real power, true power. It says, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. As the vessels of potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my father. That's that inheritance, man. Oh, the scriptures say that Yahawashi is known as the everlasting father. So what he received from his father, he's going to give to his children also, man. Because we are conforming to the image of Yahawashi. We just like little Yahawashis on the earth. He didn't dole out that portion of wisdom, to every man, you know, and they're being perfected in this time to when he returns and those new bodies are implemented. Hey, we're gonna need those new bodies to handle that rod of iron. You know,
huh?
what is that? Perform the judgment written.
Oh, that Psalm 149.
Done.
Yeah, con. Hey, because like you mentioned the new bodies, the Lord said in Ezekiel the 25th chapter, we're gonna do it according to his anger and his fear.
Woo.
And as you read in Isaiah the 55th chapter, it talks about how his ways is not is higher than the earth.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna be doing some crazy shit. And these bodies wouldn't stomach it, especially being in this system. Everything has digressed.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's been softened.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you can read in the scriptures. Men. Fasted. You can read our Lord fasted for 40 days. You can read Daniel fasted for 21 days. You could probably do two at best.
Mm-hmm.
And nowadays, you know what I mean? So it showed that
Mm-hmm.
everything has digressed. It talks about the earth has gotten weaker.
Con.
You know,
Mm.
so this shows, man. You got to go out.
Con. This is Psalms 149. I'm gonna start at verse 4. It says, "For the Lord taketh pleasure in his people." Oh, as we read in Isaiah, the Lord will yet choose Israel.
Hmm.
He will beautify the meek with salvation. Going back to your point, all right, we are the poor, you
Yeah.
know, the meek. Those are the ones who have come back with that humble, contrite spirit that the Lord is going to grant salvation to. It says, "Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds." Hey, they're going to be at rest, you know. When you in your bed, you don't have any worries, you don't have any cares, you ain't worried about waking up at fucking 5 o'clock in the morning to go to work for Esau. It says, it's like, let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand.
Hmm.
And that's how a king established his throne through judgment, man. You know, that
Hey,
two-edged. You got it.
it's like when you read the concerning Solomon, that's
Mm,
how his kingdom was established. By that
mm.
he had brought up forth that sword.
Kind of.
Said that his kingdom was firmly established.
That's it. It says to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. So that's what you're gonna see, man. The same ones who took us into captivity, took us into slavery. All right, by their decrees, they sent out the word, and we went into slavery, man. And they ruled over us. Well, guess what? The Lord is gonna grant us that privilege. It says to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye the Lord. It's gonna be an honor, man. And it says the judgment written, and the brother mentioned Ezekiel 25. You know, we're gonna do according to the Lord's anger. You know, but we can't imagine all the wickedness that Esau has done. We hear little examples of it. Gator bait, or they flooding these certain so-called Negro towns and making lakes out of them to this day, or Tulsa, Oklahoma. You know, the bomb is in Philadelphia. So we understand these things, but the 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 hell that the Lord is going to put on Esau is going to be far beyond what what we can imagine. Um, I basically got one more.
Uh,
Um, what is that? Yep, Revelations 13. Matter of fact, before we get that, it's a oldie but goodie, and it stands to this day.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's it. Hey, and that's how this devil's gonna be judged.
That's it.
But the scriptures, that's the spirit.
Mm.
Psalms 50 and 60.
Mm.
Who are you taking that covenant in thy mouth? This nigga swearing on the Bible. So bitch, you're gonna be judged by it, man.
That's it.
You know, that's why ultimately the results, the judgment is gonna be America gonna be engulfed in flames, man.
Mm-hmm.
You got to know out.
This is Exodus 21 and 16. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. What's an surety, man? You came and stole us, and you sold us, and we're still found in your hand. You know. Well, guess what? The fate, as you mentioned, this is how you're going to be judged. You
Mm.
know, the Lord has set up a standard. You know, regarding if you do A, B, and C, you get this. Well, guess what? Esau has done these things, and he's going to be surely put to death. Got one more. Revelation chapter 13.
Mhm.
And I'm going to start at verse 9. He that have an ear, let him hear. Right? So you have understanding, basically good for you. Listen to this. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. So yeah, we patiently waiting for these things to come to pass. Why? Because it's the judgment written. It's a guarantee. Okay, the same ones who took us into captivity, put hell on us, tight packing, redlining, hey, so on and so forth. Guess what? You're gonna get that back, man. Again, that's just in the sight of Yahawah by Shah.
Yeah.
You got it.
Con. Hey, matter of fact, what's that? Damn, what was that scripture?
How do we go?
Is that is it Isaiah the 60th chapter?
Cuz, that's it.
I think it's what verse 10 or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Cuz, that's it. Isaiah chapter 60 and verse 10. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls,
Mm-hmm.
and their kings shall minister unto thee.
Yep.
For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee.
So that just going back to the point how Yahweh Shema shall punish us, and
Mm-hmm.
this is that mercy. This is gonna be the profession of um that restoration. The Lord having mercy upon us, blessing us as the Apostle Paul went into us having slaves, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it, man.
Hmm.
That's what uh we in that process now. By even being kingdom minded, you you're not settled by 40 hours. Uh Yeah, I mean, motherfucker boasting paying they got all their bills paid. Like that's a good thing. But you
Cuz.
like that's sick, man. Like, you supposed to have land and shit. And
Mm,
your own crops. You ain't gotta wait on Publix to open up and
mm-hmm.
shit like that, man.
Mm.
You know?
That's so heavy. Really
Um
shows so like
like y'all, you got it.
it really shows the baseness, the downgrading we have been forced to submit to under Esau, man.
Yeah.
You think you done paid all your bills as a good thing.
You gave him his tribute.
God damn.
With your tech, you already before you got paid, you already gave him what he gave. Before you even gave him to it, he already got it from you. Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
crazy shit. Then you gotta give him some more shit on top of that.
Kinda. That goddamn monopoly money.
Yeah, man.
And see, that's part of that patience,
Mm-hmm.
you know, suffering these things, man. Why we know it's gonna be greater later. To have slaves, to be at rest, you know, to be rulers in the planet Earth, man. That's beautiful, man. And again, as a title of the lesson, the patience and faith of the saints, and that thing is being perfected right now. You want to continue in this?
Nah, that was it on that. That was
Okay,
it on.
you got anything else?
Nah, I'm good. I ain't got nothing else.
Con. So we pray this been edifying. We want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Rawchaa Qadash. Double honors to our teachers, the apostles, and elders of Great Millstone. Hey, Shalom,
Shalom.
DTA,
DTA. Oh, bye, but
Bible Ball.
soon,
Soon.
very soon.